My name is Jonh Goodale, and unfortunately, I do not have a really cool French accent. So, in fact, I was born and raised in the Los Angeles area, and currently have a home and a family in the Pacific Northwest, and people tell me I speak with a Midwest accent, so I don't know where that comes from. But I manage all of Unity's business throughout Asia. And 日本語はできますが、残念ながら英語はちょっとしかできません。So I speak Japanese, but unfortunately just a little bit of English. So I suppose with all that, it ends up being a Midwest accent somehow. But yes, I do run all of Unity's business throughout Asia. We've got 5 offices out there, and I spend about 300 days roaming around that territory. Just to get a little bit of background about you guys, how many of you out there, by show of hands, develop games? Okay, not too terribly many. How many of you know what Unity is, by show of hands? Okay, quite a bit more. Still quite a bit who don't know about Unity, so I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of information about who Unity is. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the title of my keynote speech here, ubiquitousness. It's everywhere. Kind of an odd title for a keynote speech. But just to give you an idea of what that's about, I'm going to talk about some things that have become so ubiquitous in our lives that we hardly pay attention to them. We don't pay attention to how they got there. They really just kind of take advantage of them. And you may be wondering why, by the way, the VP of Asia is here at the Tizen Developer Conference to talk. And I'll tell you that the reason for that is that within Unity, I've been one of the biggest advocates for Tizen support within our company. And so I'll talk a little bit about that as we go along. So, to give you some idea of what Unity is, my first bullet item here is perhaps a little bit controversial, but we are the #1 game engine and development tools in the market. Now that's a bit controversial because I'm sure that other engine makers will say, no, we're #1 or we're #1. But I'm going to qualify that by giving a couple of following metrics. Some engine developers may say, no, we're #1 because of this metric or that metric. But by the following metrics, we believe we're #1 in this space. So first of all, we've got 1.8 million users worldwide. Supporting Tizen furthers Unity's quest to empower developers to deploy their games to as many platforms as possible, allowing creators to focus their energy on designing the best and most entertaining experiences. So what does this mean? Unity will be supporting Tizen as a build target. We have teams today porting the engine and tools and some content. So there will be some Unity content available for Tizen even before the tools are ready. Some Unity games are running on Tizen today. Unity for Tizen, the tools, will be available later this year. And here you see logos of a bunch of different tools that we're supporting. So what does this mean for the community? What does this mean for carriers? It means that you'll have access to thousands and thousands of games. And to see just a few of those, we're now going to run a video. It's a reel that we put together for the Game Developers Conference here in San Francisco just a couple months ago. Take it away. So in parting, I want to issue you the challenge to create great games, and in keeping also with the Linux Foundation, and also because Unity shares this same value, I want to encourage you to give back to the community. And with that, I thank you very much, and I'll be happy to take questions certainly after the keynotes here, and my contact here, information here is here in case you want to